Finally, someone has come across the one piece of evidence that I've always said we need in order to prove the ancient astronaut theory.
The mysterious disappearance of Alec Newald, who vanished for 10 inexplicable days before reappearing with incredible claims of alien abduction. What happened during those lost days? What did Newald experience in the vast expanse of space? Did he truly encounter non-human entities, as he claims? And what profound knowledge did they share with him about Earth's obscured past? In February 1989, Alec Newald set out on what was supposed to be a routine drive from Rotorua to Auckland, New Zealand. Under normal circumstances, this journey would have spanned approximately 3 hours, a straightforward trip for someone familiar with the route. However, Newald's travel that day took an unexpected turn, veering into the realms of the extraordinary and inexplicable. Upon his arrival in Auckland, Newald was confronted with a baffling reality. He had been missing for 10 days. This startling revelation was as confusing to him as it was to his friends and family, who had been anxiously searching for him. The mystery deepened as Newald tried to account for the lost time, only to realize he had no memory of the entire duration. After a period of time that Alec Newald couldn't remember, a series of strange events began to happen. These events made Alec question what was real and what wasn't. Alec's journey from Rotorua to Auckland, which is usually just a short trip between two cities in New Zealand, turned into a mysterious experience. This marked the beginning of a story that explored the boundary between what is known and what is unknown. When Alec Newald appeared again after being missing for no known reason, people around him had a lot of different reactions. At first, everyone was confused and surprised by his coming back, as they didn't know why he had disappeared. His friends, family, and people he knew were relieved and happy to see him again, but they were also shocked and suspicious because he didn't have a good reason for being gone. His disappearance and return brought up a lot of questions that people naturally have when something like this happens. Also, Newald started to feel strange physically and mentally, which made the mystery of his missing days even more complicated. He had terrible headaches that were different from anything he had ever experienced before. He couldn't control them or get rid of them. These headaches were more than just headaches. They seemed to be a sign of something deeper, maybe related to the strange way he disappeared. Fatigue also became a constant companion, a type of tiredness that sleep or rest could not alleviate. It was as if his very energy had been drained, leaving him perpetually exhausted, struggling to perform even the most mundane tasks. Newald found himself grappling with an unusual difficulty in focusing. Concentration on daily activities, work, or conversations became an uphill battle. This mental fog, together with the physical symptoms, suggested that whatever had occurred during those missing days had profound effects on Newald, extending beyond the psychological shock of the experience. After Alec Newald came back, the memories of the 10 days he couldn't remember started coming back to him, little by little. He remembered parts of things that were both amazing and hard to believe. Newald claimed that he was kidnapped by aliens, which seemed to be why he disappeared. Newald's detailed and vivid memories made his claim more believable. He said that he felt like he was losing his physical body and becoming like a ghost. It wasn't just a feeling of being without a body, it was a complete change that went against what people know about how the body works. Newald said that he floated in a huge space with no gravity or solid things, which was very different from what he was used to. During this surreal experience, Newald encountered beings that were clearly not human. These entities, as described by him, possessed a form and presence that were unlike anything known to earthly biology or anthropology. Their appearance and manner of communication suggested a level of advancement far beyond human capabilities, hinting at their extraterrestrial origin. The interactions with these non-human entities were marked by a form of communication that transcended spoken language. Newald described it as a direct mind-to-mind exchange, where thoughts and information were conveyed telepathically. This mode of communication was not only efficient, but also deeply intimate, allowing for a level of understanding and connection that he had never before experienced. Newald's gradual recollection of these encounters brought with it a mix of awe, fear, and curiosity. The realization that he may have been taken by beings from another world was both terrifying and fascinating, prompting him to question not only his own experience, but also the very nature of reality and humanity's place within the cosmos. This claim of alien abduction, supported by the emerging memories of his extraordinary experiences, set the stage for Newald to delve deeper into the mysteries of his lost 10 days and the implications they held for his understanding of the universe. As Alec Newald's memories continued to crystallize, he offered more details about his extraordinary claim of alien abduction, focusing on the interactions he purportedly had with these non-human entities. According to Newald, the aliens he encountered bore a resemblance to the archetypical descriptions often associated with extraterrestrial beings in popular culture, yet with a vividness and realism that lent his account a distinct authenticity. He described these beings as thin and of average human height, but with disproportionately large heads and narrow eyes that seemed to penetrate deeply into his very being. Their physical form, while humanoid, was distinctly otherworldly, challenging the boundaries of Newald's understanding of life and intelligence. Crucially, Newald's interactions with these beings were characterized by telepathic communication, a mode of exchange that was both alien and surprisingly intimate to him. He recounted how one of the entities introduced itself as a guardian, a term that suggested not just surveillance or oversight, but a protective and guiding role. This guardian did not communicate through audible words, but through a direct mind-to-mind connection, transmitting thoughts, emotions, and even complex concepts, without the need for spoken language. This form of communication was not only efficient but also deeply impactful, allowing Newald to comprehend messages with a clarity and depth that surpassed verbal exchange. The Guardian offered Newald knowledge and assistance, presenting itself as both a mentor and a protector. The nature of the knowledge imparted was profound, touching on topics that ranged from the philosophical to the practical, and even to the cosmological. Newald was given insights into the workings of the universe that challenged his preconceived notions of reality, time, and space. This exchange was not one-sided. It was an interactive dialogue in which Newald could ask questions and express his fears, curiosities, and desires. This phase of Newald's account underscores a pivotal aspect of his claimed experience: the notion that his abduction was not merely an act of involuntary capture, but a deliberate interaction with beings that possessed not only advanced technology, but also a complex social and ethical structure. The Guardian's role as a provider of knowledge and assistance suggests that these beings had a vested interest in Newald, or perhaps in humanity as a whole, hinting at a relationship that transcends mere observation or experimentation. According to Newald, he was taken to a city that was vast in scale and bewildering in its architectural design. The architecture of the alien city, as described by Newald, featured buildings that defied the conventional forms familiar to human construction. Circular structures and pyramid-shaped edifices dominated the landscape, creating a skyline that was both alien and mesmerizing. These buildings were made of a semi-transparent material that seemed to blend the boundaries between interior and exterior spaces, suggesting a harmony with their surroundings that goes beyond what is typically achieved on Earth. This material not only allowed for the interplay of light and space within these structures, but also contributed to an overall sense of openness and connectivity within the city. Newald was particularly impressed by the advanced design of the alien environment. It was not just the technological sophistication that caught his attention, but also the aesthetic elegance and the apparent consideration of environmental integration. The city, with its unique buildings and the seamless way it seemed to incorporate natural elements, presented a vision of a society that had achieved a balance between technological advancement and ecological stewardship. This description points to a civilization that values both form and function, creating spaces that serve practical purposes while also providing sensory delight and a deep respect for the natural world. The impression of the alien city and its civilization, as conveyed by Newald, paints a picture of a society vastly different from ours, yet intriguingly familiar in its pursuit of beauty, efficiency, and harmony. The advanced and aesthetic design of the environment, as described, suggests a level of sophistication in architecture, engineering, and environmental planning that humanity can only aspire to. Through Newald's eyes, we are offered a glimpse into a possible future or an alternate reality where the built environment transcends mere utility to become an expression of higher values and ideals. The purpose of Alec Newald's alleged abduction by aliens extends into a realm that intersects the mysterious with the profound, revealing an intention rooted in knowledge sharing and enlightenment about Earth's obscured past. According to Newald, the extraterrestrial entities he encountered sought not only to share their advanced technologies and philosophies, but also to unveil the hidden chapters of human history and evolution that have been meticulously guarded by secretive sects on Earth. This narrative suggests a motive far beyond mere observation or experimentation. It implies a desire to educate and possibly prepare humanity for a broader understanding of its origins and potential. Newald's account details how these aliens discuss the existence of two distinct human species, Homo sapiens and Cro-Magnon, likely referring to Cro-Magnon, an early European modern human, suggesting a complex tapestry of human evolution that conventional science has yet to fully acknowledge. The implication of this dialogue is staggering, as it proposes an intervention in the natural evolutionary process by external forces, possibly these very aliens or others like them. This intervention, as suggested by the beings, was aimed at influencing the development of human intelligence, capabilities, and perhaps even the course of civilization itself. The aliens aim to impart this knowledge to Newald, and through him to the wider world, speaks to a perceived necessity for humanity to understand its true history and the forces that have shaped its journey. This revelation, according to Newald's recounting, implies that the history of Earth and its inhabitants is far more intertwined with extraterrestrial influence than previously imagined. The secretive sects mentioned by the aliens are portrayed as gatekeepers of this profound knowledge, suggesting that the true story of human evolution and the origins of civilization have been deliberately obscured from public knowledge. This aspect of Newald's experience pushes the boundaries of traditional narratives surrounding alien encounters, positioning his abduction not as an isolated event of personal significance, but as a conduit for a broader message to humanity. The knowledge sharing described by Newald paints a picture of extraterrestrial beings deeply invested in the progress and welfare of human civilization, seeking to unveil truths that could potentially alter our understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. According to Newald, the entities he encountered sought not just to study or observe, but to impart crucial knowledge, revealing that Earth's history is far more complex and manipulated than commonly acknowledged. This aspect of his account introduces a narrative of enlightenment and hidden truths, suggesting that the reality we understand is but a fraction of a much larger interstellar drama. The entities purportedly shared with Newald that Earth holds a unique status within the universe, a planet of special interest, not just to them, but possibly to other cosmic forces. They spoke of Earth's history as being shaped by untold stories, closely guarded by secretive sects, hinting at a depth of historical manipulation and control that has veiled the truth of our origins and development. This narrative posits that the commonly accepted version of human history is incomplete, if not entirely misleading, shaped by powers intent on obscuring the true nature of human potential and our connection to the cosmos. Newald's account includes a startling claim regarding the influence of what he describes as a dark force on human evolution and societal development. This dark force is depicted as an insidious presence that has steered humanity away from an enlightened path, manipulating events and consciousness to maintain a state of division, ignorance, and conflict. The implication is that human history, and perhaps our current trajectory, has been profoundly influenced by this adversarial entity or entities, challenging the notion of free will and the natural progression of human societies. The alien's revelation to Newald also touched upon a significant bifurcation in human evolution, discussing the existence of two distinct human species, Homo sapiens and Cro-Magnon, presumably referring to Cro-Magnon, an early European modern human. They suggested that this divergence was not a mere product of natural evolution, but was influenced or even orchestrated by external interventions. This claim introduces the concept of alien intervention in the very fabric of human genetics and cultural development, hinting at a grand cosmic experiment or a vested interest in the evolutionary path of humanity. Upon his return to Earth after the alleged alien abduction, Alec Newald found himself thrust into a turbulent aftermath that significantly impacted his life. According to Newald, the knowledge and experiences he gained from his encounter were not welcomed with open curiosity, but rather led to intense scrutiny and harassment from various agencies. This period marked a stark transition from the extraordinary nature of his claimed experiences to the harsh realities of being back among his own kind. Newald reported experiencing surveillance, indicating that his movements and activities were being monitored closely by unidentified entities or organizations. This surveillance likely stemmed from an interest in the information he claimed to possess about alien civilizations and their interactions with Earth. The pressure exerted on him to disclose details about his encounters suggests a significant concern from these agencies about the potential implications of his claims, whether for reasons of national security, scientific interest, or the containment of sensitive information. Newald faced accusations that further complicated his situation. These accusations could have ranged from skepticism about the truthfulness of his abduction story to concerns about his intentions in sharing such information. The scrutiny he faced points to the challenges encountered by individuals who come forward with extraordinary claims, often finding themselves at odds with established norms and facing skepticism or outright hostility from official entities or the public. Following his extraordinary claims of alien abduction, Alec Newald's situation grew increasingly complex as he found himself entangled in legal issues. Notably, he faced accusations related to dealing in stolen cars, charges he claimed were unfounded and a form of setup to discredit him or detract from the credibility of his abduction story. These legal challenges led to court trials, adding a significant layer of stress and complexity to his life. The trials not only imposed a financial strain on Newald due to legal fees and potential loss of income, but also served to further marginalize him from mainstream society. The accusation of criminal activity, especially one as serious as dealing in stolen property, could be seen as an attempt to tarnish his reputation, making it more difficult for him to be taken seriously by the public and authorities alike. Alec Newald took the significant step of publishing his experiences in a book titled Co-Evolution, which brought his extraordinary claims to a broader audience, generating both interest and skepticism among the public. The book's publication marked a pivotal moment, as Alec's detailed account of alien abduction and advanced civilizations sparked discussions and debates over the possibility of extraterrestrial life and its impact on human evolution. Despite facing skepticism and challenges, Alec's story has become a part of the wider conversation regarding humanity's place in the universe and the potential for interactions with other intelligent beings. Alec's stories match up with old myths and true stories about aliens from long ago. This could mean that humans and aliens have a long history together, but it's been kept secret. We can better understand this connection by looking at how the aliens Alec saw compared to those in other stories about people being taken away by aliens or in old texts. This similarity could be a sign that people from all over the world and across time have shared similar experiences or myths about meeting aliens. That's all for this video. Hit that subscribe button for more amazing videos like this.